Friday night was August 25th, and that was me and my twin brother's birthday, literally the day of our birthday. It was a group of us, probably 20, 25 of us, and we were just goofing off and, just having a good time. And about 9 or 10 o'clock at night, it came down pretty hard. We get a lot of hurricanes. We were all skeptical. We kind of assumed it's not going to be that big of a deal. Had no expectation of what was really about to happen.
For breaking news, Hurricane Harvey barreling into the Texas coastline as a Category 4 storm with 130-mile-an-hour winds. It's the first Category 4 storm to hit the U.S. in over a decade, threatening record rain totals of up to 35 inches throughout much of Texas that could render some areas uninhabitable for months. The president declaring a federal disaster for the state, and we are already.
My name's Brent Walters. I live in Sour Lake, Texas. It's about 90 miles southeast of Houston. The community is about 1,400, 1,500 people. In general, very flat land, marshland. Saturday morning, it's raining and raining. Watched the news and they started talking about it flooding.
We were putting stakes out in the yard, and I would go and monitor it and just surpass it. And then once it got to about right here and it started creeping over, that's where I got nervous.
I'm coming into my neighborhood and the water is now over the road. I get on the phone with Brent and I'm like, Brent, what are we gonna do?
We woke up Sunday morning and Highway 105 was underwater. And we're thinking, they're talking about 3-4 more days of rain, 50-something plus more inches. At that point, we're like, okay, this is gonna be an issue.
It was too deep for us to get through on trucks. Brent and I looked at each other, we're like, hey, we got some tractors.
So we get in the tractors, and I notice there's a woman, a daughter, and a dog that is standing in the road. And then I drive a little bit further, there's another couple, and they're like, can you bring us to dry land?
We're still waiting on the National Guard, government help. We realized that we were the only ones who had the capability of getting in there and saving people, literally saving people.
We'd put them in the buckets, we'd put them on the trailers, and we'd put them in our cabs with us and truck them to high land.
I'd say 150, 200 people minimum, plus people want to take their pets with them.
There was a dog standing on top of this red truck, not the hood, the top of the truck. So we pull up, and there's people sitting water in the truck. It happened to be my old kindergarten teacher, Miss King. If we would have found the truck after, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hits you a little bit different. So
Mental toll was insane. You're soaking wet, you're hungry, but you're so tired you don't eat, and then you still have people who need help out there, so it just weighs on your mind.
It started getting so deep, you could see the water's higher than it was 20 minutes ago.
I'll be honest with you, I was afraid that all it had to do was just get underneath the tractor one time and flip over.
The tractor started to flood out. It was a little bit freaky. And the water's still going up. I mean, it is still going up.
A lot of memories right here on this table, but I've got about 5 albums that they all got wet like this, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to bring them in the house because of the smell. We've lived here for 53 years in the same house. I have a son in Louisiana and a daughter that was killed on a motorcycle 4 years ago. We kept staying and staying, and looking, and that water was getting higher and higher. But I just, in my mind, it was just going to go down that night.
That Sunday night, I didn't get much sleep. Every hurricane I've ever been in, and I've been in a bunch of them, it seems like at night, when everybody's sleeping, that's whenever everything happens. Monday morning, I didn't know what to expect. When you woke up to it and you see it, you're like, oh my gosh. It looked like an ocean. If the water's all the way up to here, which it's never been, I've never seen it like that, then everything was flooded. So we can't use tractors. It's a big boat. The problem is it's a 24-foot boat with about a 4.5-foot hole. And as you can see, it's not really set up for highway driving. We get up on the highway, you're just in awe. You're just like, I am driving down a highway in a boat. And all you can see is water for 20 miles.
Highway 185.
That's when we kind of realized, we need to check on Mr. Arnold and Miss Arnold.
We heard a banging on the door, and I started walking down the hall, and the water was up on my legs in my hall. I had on my pajamas, and we didn't have anything prepared. We didn't have our medicine, no clothes, no nothing.
I mean, you kind of see people in a vulnerable state at that point. We have the resources. We're blessed enough to be able to do stuff like that. But it's a little scary too, because you're like, people would have been drowned if we didn't jump to it.
After the storm hits and you have water feet and feet into your home, you're now in savage mode. You are trying to salvage every piece of childhood memorabilia that you've had, things that you worked so hard for, your dreams.
Just walking in to house after house after house of everything that you own soaking wet and just thrown everywhere on the floor. It's hard to put into words how devastating that is.
Just the sign, I remember the sign. And what killed me, a lot of the stuff that my daughter had given me, I lost all of it, except one Aladdin lamp.
After the water went down, people were tearing out each other's houses.
We gutted 28 or 30 homes, and that's taking everything out. Walls, insulation, everything, putting it out on the roads.
As soon as the water receded, Brent and I immediately brought in as much supplies as we could, and we took all of our trailers, tractors, set them out there, and we're giving waters to those that were in need.
To see how everybody kind of pitched in, even people whose houses were flooded. Just local people saying, okay, how do we rescue this neighborhood?
For someone that's never been through a hurricane before, that's never been through the evacuation process or the unloading of damaged property to try to salvage whatever you can, it's frightening. It's hard. You're learning for the first time what ripping everything from you in a heartbeat is. But we pulled together as a community and kind of let everyone lean on each other.
They're strong. They're a strong community, and they have just revived themselves. They literally have, and I'm proud to say that.